Welcome back to our look at Roberto Duran. This fight against Pipino Cuevas in the junior middleweight division. We're ready for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judging at ringside, we will have John Thomas with Dick Young. This is a 12-round bout. The referee to give instructions after introductions. It'll be Dr. James Jen King. And here we go, fans. Presenting to you on my right, out of the red corner, the pride of Mexico City, weighing in at 149 pounds, a former great welterweight boxing champion of the world, the beloved Pipino Cuevas. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, who also needs no introduction the world over. Presenting to you out of the blue corner, white trunks with a black stripe, Panama City, out of Panama, an even 152 pounds, the former great lightweight and welterweight boxing champion of the world, known as Manos de Piedra, Roberto Duran. Dr. James Jenkins, referee, giving instructions.
Well, the crowd in Los Angeles certainly favoring Pipino Cuevas. And Tony, we don't see a hostile crowd against Duran very much.
Not at all. We usually see Roberto Duran just smiling and waving at everybody. I think he realized he has a job to do tonight because no one's in his corner.
We'll hear it from the ref now.
Okay, gentlemen, we went through the rules downstairs. You got to obey the rules. Shake hands, good luck. Shake hands, good luck.
So we are ready to go. This a fight along the road for Roberto Duran that would land him that shot with Davey Moore, which you saw earlier. That tremendous fight. Duran in the midst of his comeback here after being written off. This was a fight along the way to proving himself once again to the boxing establishment.
I always liked Pipino Cuevas. He had a good work ethic and an even better left hook.
Cuevas and Duran, a fight with some great international flavor. Panama and Mexico going at it here. And in Los Angeles, with a big Hispanic community, people siding with Cuevas.
Cuevas not throwing his jab. Duran trying to find Cuevas to see if he can set him up for a right hand.
Cuevas firing a left hook and a right hand, and Duran, in his usual good fashion, tying Cuevas up.
Cuevas looks very quick on his feet, bouncing up and down, trying to throw that clubbing right hand. He has a lot of power in those fists. Duran has a all-pro chin as he reaches Cuevas.
And a good right hand by Duran. He's got the subtle art of jabbing, taking a quick step over, and firing the right hand and making it look like it's all one motion.
Cuevas making a mistake by loading up and throwing punches as he winds up to hit Duran. Not a smart idea when Duran is very quick down the middle.
He's fighting Duran like he's got a grudge.
Oh, he's got the engine running on his car and he wants to get out of here.
Wide shots against Duran, and you're right, Tony. Up the middle, he is lethal. And on the inside, he is one of the best at figuring out situations.
Cuevas looking like he's just going to throw a right hand or a left hook and end it. Duran is thinking, what do I throw? What does this guy do? See if I can set him up.
Duran, known as a legendary lightweight, then moved up in the welterweight division, got a win over Sugar Ray Leonard, and throughout his career, very underrated as far as a thinker in there and his ability to change tactics on the inside.
What made him such a good thinker is he has a tremendous chin. He took a great shot, and he just keeps on coming. He just tests you out to see what you have. Cuevas is throwing a lot of home run punches, but they're wild, and some of them are missing, like that left uppercut.
Cuevas with an open invitation for Duran to pound the body and go up the middle. You know that Duran will file that away and try to exploit that, as he does there.
And you look at the two body types. Cuevas looks like he needs to eat something.
Cuevas looks like a lightweight who came up to this division, and Duran looks very comfortable after the first round. Second round, Roberto Duran in the white trunks. Pipino Cuevas, his opponent. The site, Los Angeles, California. Duran trying to work toward a third championship. Dave Bontempo and Tony Page, glad you've joined us.
Hey, I need to put it in.
And Duran looking very sharp early, Tony.
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for Duran to go to the body a little more. I mean, he's controlling the action, shooting shots to the head, but Duran can do big damage with left hooks to the body, to the liver. Cuevas just standing outside and relying on his power, figuring he'll just wind up, throw a big right hand, and home we go. But Duran's the one working, trying to set up the win.
I'm a little surprised at how reckless Cuevas appears.
Hands down low, pulling his punches way back and winding up. And what do they say? The shortest distance between a straight line, or 2 points is a straight line. Something like that. I wasn't good at math.
Especially with Duran. He'll solve those mathematical complexities in a hurry. Cuevas has left himself far too much in a vulnerable position. He's open too much, and Duran, not only with the short line, he can even win with a long line here, Tony.
Duran can just move around his man just so subtly, and Cuevas doesn't move. He just stays there and then clinches and goes back and starts over. Duran starts coming in on different angles. Cuevas has a problem.
Duran trying to turn into a shot which will land flush on the chin of Cuevas. Duran, an excellent stalker. He cuts off the ring well, and he is all guts on the inside, as you see. He evades the jab by Cuevas and gets in there. And like we've seen in so many of his fights, he sells his opponent on the lure of fighting on the inside, and his opponent gives away a height edge.
The opponent thinks, oh man, he's right here. I can go and slug with him. And while you land 3 punches to Duran's body and nothing happens, he lands 3. The second one, you're starting to cringe and wonder, what am I doing here?
Cuevas missing wildly with a left hook, and Duran just going to town up the middle in a countering situation right on the chin.
Cuevas looks so calm and collected, but he's not doing anything to slow down Duran. Duran's just coming forward, bracing himself, and then opening up.
We see fighters sometimes underestimate the power of opponents who come up in weight, figuring they don't have the punch. But if you give a guy enough opportunities, he will make you pay a dear price, and Duran is landing flush shots on Cuevas and making him fight the fight he wants. So Duran having it much his way against Pipino Cuevas as we come to the end of round 2.
Duran continues to come forward. Even when he's falling backwards, he's still throwing punches while Cuevas is just looking.
Cuevas does not quite have the proper angles against Roberto Duran as we start round 3. And Cuevas certainly has some excellent company in that regard. Duran, one of the toughest guys to figure out how to fight. He's good on the inside. He moves the head. He knows so many tricks. He's aggressive. He's mean. And he has so many sharp weapons at his disposal.
Speaking of weapons, have you seen Cuevas throw a left jab?
I think he voluntarily took it away from himself. That's his weapon in this fight.
I didn't know this was a handicap fight. I mean, he should use that left jab. Don't give that away.
It's like two fighters talking. Okay, to make it even, I won't jab.
and I won't hit you in the stomach.
And Duran showing some quickness inside and the ability to intimidate.
We talk about the subtleties of Roberto Duran. He's starting to go backwards slowly as Cuevas comes forward a little faster, which puts Cuevas in his punching zone where he doesn't want to be. Cuevas is inside Duran's ability to land solid shots.
When you watch Duran fight, you often see him force opponents to fight his fight, but there are just so many different ways he does that. Roberto Duran has forgotten more about boxing than many fighters remember. There is just a wealth of knowledge in that head.
And I'm wondering how is Cuevas going to do any damage, because his punches are all from the waist. There's no leverage. He's not planting his feet and throwing punches all the way all through his body. He's just winding up and winging.
Duran is happy to trade like this, and he will do it all night. A good hook by Duran. Cuevas is wild. Duran opens up. Duran getting Cuevas to come in on him where he can unload.
Good left hook by Duran.
Gets Cuevas moving backward, and Cuevas does not pick up from it. He continues to fire from the side, and he is wide open for damage up the middle. And Cuevas has been lured into the slugfest, as many opponents have.
Seems like Cuevas is insulted when he doesn't get hit.
Cuevas missing wildly. Duran pounds the body here. Cuevas with the uppercut. Good right by Duran.
Both guys just slugging now. No defense, just to see who has the better chin and who can take the better shot.
You almost get the feeling if somebody lands 2 jabs in a row, they will be disqualified.
Well, there was one by Duran.
And he didn't throw the second one. So, Roberto Duran continues to make Cuevas come into the lion's den. We start the 4th round. Duran and Cuevas. Duran doing a nice job on the inside against Cuevas, making him come to him. And after 3 rounds, Tony, I'd have a shutout. You probably would too.
I have Duran up 30-27.
But that's not the scoring everybody has, and that might be Cuevas' corner there.
I think so. That's a good, safe bet.
It's a matter of what you like in terms of what you're scoring for here. We're seeing Duran waging a great war, some technical superiority on Cuevas. He's gotten Cuevas out of his game plan.
I wonder what his game plan is or was. He wasn't throwing the left jab. He just was winding up with his punches, taking a little longer to deliver the punch, and made him look a little amateurish in doing it.
And there's a big right hand by Duran. Now he is sensing something here. Perhaps weak legs by Cuevas.
He backed up Cuevas with that right hand.
Duran with another big right hand, and Cuevas is hurt. He's on his way down. He stumbles against the corner, and Duran shows some sportsmanship. Did not hit Cuevas when he could have.
That's a knockdown because the ropes kept him from going all the way down. Now we know Duran's a great finisher. Let's see.
Give Duran some credit for restraint there. Now Duran just unloading. Cuevas is in another planet. He is getting hammered with shots, and Duran does not let guys off the hook.
Duran just teeing off right now. Cuevas is not responding.
The next guy Duran lets off the hook would be his first.
You're right.
This is a bad state of affairs for Cuevas.
Got a lot of time in the round.
And too much time left in the fight. Duran with a clubbing right hand. And he can do this anytime he wants now as far as finishing it. Cuevas is backing up, hoping to buy time, but Duran is not letting it be for sale. Big right hand. Duran looks at the referee. He is giving a lot of sportsmanship to Cuevas, more than he has some other fighters, and Cuevas is down again. This really should be it.
It should be. Duran is just wearing him down with body punches, and Cuevas has no legs.
Cuevas gets up at 9.5, looks over at his corner, and that's it. Cuevas has a look of exasperation, and Roberto Duran, just too much. He looked like he was the more natural fighter coming up to junior middleweight as opposed to Cuevas.
Yeah, Cuevas just looked like he didn't have enough weight on. He didn't have enough snap in his punches, and he let Duran dictate the pace. He should have used his power from the outside instead of just winding up and letting Duran get inside and beat his body.
So Duran looks like the natural junior middleweight, and Cuevas looks like a lightweight who came up and was dried out. And here's the finale, a tremendous bomb.
That right hand caught him, took his legs away, and allowed Duran just to tee off on Cuevas. Cuevas right here has no legs. That was a knockdown. The rope kept him up because he was on his way down.
Duran waiting there, and then again firing the shots here. So Roberto Duran would close the show against Pipino Cuevas and come up with a very big win.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the midst of Bedlam announcing the time in round number 4, 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Referee James Jenkin in charge upon advice from the corner of Cuevas, stopping the bout.
That's our look at Roberto Duran. For Tony Page, this is Dave Bontempo saying so long. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.